Thanks, Brian. Today begins one of the biggest trials to happen in South Carolina in years, putting the Palmetto State in the national spotlight as disgraced attorney Alec Murdaugh is tried in the deaths of his wife and son. Well, jury selection began earlier this morning in the small town of Walterboro at the Colleton County Courthouse, which is about an hour from Charleston. Murdaugh is accused of killing Maggie and Paul. The two were found dead on the family's hunting property back in June of 2021. And Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle is live at the Colleton County Courthouse with a look at how the town is handling this media attention.
Well, right now in Walterboro, all eyes are on the courthouse, and we actually want to kind of give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look because it is literally encircled by media right now. If you take a look down, all down this block and down the other sides as well, media have kind of staked out their spots, including us, so that we can get a good position as this trial gets underway. And like we just told you, jury duty started earlier this morning, and we were also rolling as Alec Murdaugh himself arrived just before 9. We've got video of that. And of course, since then, people have been showing up for jury duty as well. And we talked with legal experts, and they say picking an impartial jury will be a tall task. We were told that there were 900-person jury pool that they're pulling from, and we were actually able to listen in on part of the process earlier this morning. Lots of questions like what sort of profession these possible jurors have and whether they are single and married. When we last checked in, they were going through those exemptions that might make someone ineligible for jury duty. So we're starting to see some of those people who didn't make the jury start to file out of the courthouse right now. But again, talking with those legal experts, we don't know how long this process to actually seat a jury will take. Some people told me that they're hopeful that's going to happen by Wednesday, but we're just really going to have to wait and see. And of course, we'll keep you updated every step of the way. Haley.
Grace, so far, what has been the mood around the courthouse that you've noticed during day one of jury selection?
Well, I think right now everyone's kind of anxious for things to really get underway. Of course, jury selection has started, but I think we're all really waiting for the trial to get started. So kind of a lot of still patiently waiting, anxiously waiting. And of course, a lot of people are just excited to see what's going to happen next.
All right, thanks, Grace. Well, this is a story that's had unbelievable twists and turns. Now, I want to draw your attention to our website. This is where Murdaugh has been linked to several other investigations. And on our website, we have a look at our interactive timeline. This, of course, on foxcarolina.com. Now, the Murdaughs were first mentioned several times in the death investigation of this young man, Stephen Smith. Murdaugh was also accused of defrauding the family of his longtime housekeeper, Gloria Satterfield, after she tripped and fell inside their home and later died. And then there was the boat crash that killed 19-year-old Mallory Beach. Now, if you're not up to speed on any of these investigations, this is your place to go to catch up. Actually, our entire Fox Carolina website has a Murdaugh tab, which has just such good information to have for this trial. You'll see we have, in addition to the interactive timeline, the 911 call, exclusive interviews with his defense team, his alibi claim, as well as key people in the courtroom to keep your eye out for during this trial. And it's a great place to keep visiting throughout the trial, as we do have the top headlines listed for you right there as well. And we've been covering the Murdaugh murder charges since the beginning, and we will bring you team coverage of the trial starting today. Grace inside that courtroom throughout the trial, so stay with us on air, online, and in our Fox Carolina News app. We are live streaming the audio from the jury selection right now, and we will have video once the jury is seated per an order from the judge.